Okay, so I feel like we're gonna do a read for the chronic fatiguers. If I can find my deck. Oh, there it is. I was like, where'd it go? I put some stuff on it. Okay. I had some Palo Santo out earlier. I did 2 videos on chronic fatigue and how not to beat yourself up, but how to sift through things. Because if you're already here, you're already in a spiritual state. So sifting through the gurus is super important. Getting safe in the body is super important. And all those things can be achievable when you're in the fatigue. Okay? You just need to make sure you know what rest is rather than going, I'm going to lay down and watch this really intense true crime show and get my adrenaline cortisol going. You can listen to some Hertz music that's soothing and relaxing, not, giddy up and go. Then you can listen to quiet sleep meditations, or if you need that background noise, get a fan, get a white noise machine. If you are an Aquarius, I would highly recommend you just get all electronics the F out of your environment. Get some sugarite. And just maybe have a script of how you like to get safe in your body and read that script to yourself before you go to bed. Zero lights, like zero electric lights. You can do candlelight. It's very soothing. Candles automatically set the central nervous system to soothing because it's coded in our DNA that if we're allowed to have fire, we are safe. Like the Lord of the Rings. When he's like, you can't have a fire, somebody's gonna find us. So if you can have fire, it means you're safe. Okay, so try staring at a candle flame. All you lovely little ADHDers out there, if you set your timer for 30 minutes, stare at the candle flame, do that for 1 week, and then up it to a minute, and then up it for a minute until you get to 5 minutes a week. Up it a minute a week until you get to 5 minutes. It'll help you focus more. I'm not saying it doesn't cure anything. I'm not a doctor. Not a doctor. Not giving medical advice. It's just an idea. There's no license for herbal practitioners here. I guess that's not really herbal. It's just, when you're a healer, you're a healer. There's just the stuff I'm into. All right. Okay, but not a doctor, not a licensed professional. Please seek professional assistance before implementing anything. Thank you. Full disclosure. Moi. Okay. There, better. All right. Chronic fatiguers. What is not shaking? Ew, the Ace of Wands. Okay, in the side. See how she's got the book open, but she's looking at the flower over here. So maybe you're considering something educational that could bring some luxury, because that is peony, and that is a beautiful flower. Oh man, there is nothing better in the world than just sticking your whole face in a big ass peony. There's nothing better. There just isn't. Maybe there's something you thought you wanted. Something you thought would lead to luxury, and now you're not interested in it. Chronic fatigue serving the central nervous system, is it? Because sometimes when we're told by society that go chase the Pentacles, get this thing done so you can have more Pentacles, sometimes our heart gets left out. She's kind of got a look of longing on her face. I didn't see it correctly. There's some serious contemplation, maybe even a little doubt in there. Was this, and she's got her head in the clouds now too, instead of in her book. Freaking, ooh. Uh-oh. I didn't say it. You said it. It's your fault. I didn't do it. I'm not here to tell you one way or another. Okay. So, sometimes, not always, sometimes, when we get into a space of like, oh, I've got everything I need, this is so fantabulous, or everything's going smoothly, we get to a space of like, oh, this is not actually fulfilling me. Society said it would, but that's not what's actually happening here. And now I'm dissatisfied. Yeah. But she's not looking at him. She's not looking at him. Okay? I'm not telling you to look at him. So that's at the bottom. The Knight of Wands. Yeah, you might not be interested in that because you're like, what the heck for? And then what? And then what? So it feels like maybe you're looking away from all the things society is like telling you you want or should want because it produces some sort of luxury here. When in actuality, this peony is popping out of the book. It's not rooted in anything. Another one bites the dust. Okay, so, ooh, the Lovers came out like this, almost in reverse. Okay, so there might be something, and it doesn't mean you're forsaking lovers altogether. It just means that maybe your Ace of Wands here. Your desires are different. Your desires have a different flavor, a different texture, a different... I'll get some clarity on it. But this is not what you're looking for. Nine of Wands in the, going sideways in the opposite direction. Opposite direction. Okay. Well, I want energy here. Well, and that's the thing is maybe you're going, I have lived experience of this shit. I have lived experience of this. It's full of shit. Ooh! Okay. Oh, there it is. This feels better to me in my subconscious. This is the only thing that's actually gotten me anywhere. This is the only support system I've ever had that's done anything for me. This is what puts me in my happy space. Okay. Camaraderie, sister or brotherhood, something that feels safe, that you don't have to pretend, you don't have to want shit you don't actually want, you don't have to invest yourself in stuff that you know it's going to be a struggle to get through. You're looking at the past because it is shadow season here and going, yep, that pattern needs to die. All the way to the bottom of the subconscious. That need, that want, that pattern that you were told was it. Ain't it? Okay. It's not it. If it continues to do that to you, it would. People are so ignorant about that. They're like, love hurts. Love is supposed to leave wounds. Love is a trauma-based system. Yeah, for you. I want to be finished with this bullshit. F you, I'm golden girling this shit out. Bitches! So that could be where your train is at here. Like, you're taking the nostalgia of your childhood and all those romantic stupid movies or TV shows or love songs you had to listen to and going, oh, I was totally manipulated into this stupid mindset that produced this, right? Okay. So I think as a globe, we're starting to figure that out, that like all the love songs and whatnot were put forward by the music execs that were working for the really rich folk. And that every narrative we've been sold has been more and more misogynistic. I just watched something on horror flicks. How horror flicks have been so misogynistic. So it's like, ah! I spent years watching those. I love, my girlfriend and I would get together and watch horror flicks. It was probably because that survival mode was on. That's what triggered, you know, at least they were telling us how we could protect ourselves and make better choices. I think that's the subconscious undercurrent that everybody who loves horror flicks goes for. How do I protect myself from the danger? How can I run this script through my system and figure out a better way to get through it? I know it sounds terrible. The world, justice in reverse, temperance in reverse, and the Ace of Cups. Yeah, you don't piss a lot of systems off here, but it is changing the world. So we already know the justice system on the planet is. I did a few videos yesterday about divine justice, and for those of you who are not adhering to anything sort of divine right now because you're livid with religious narratives, I'm not against that. I completely comprehend. So I did a video that kind of ties biology into it, and so this is the outcome of that. Okay, so when you see the world exactly as it is, when you can see the reality, right? Oh, how am I going to do this? When you can see the reality of the situation, of your lived experience, rather than letting everybody else on the freaking globe talk you out of your lived experience, you go where you know. You go where you know. You go where you can be yourself. You can trust yourself. Follow your intuition. You just go there. And you stay there and let all the other narratives die. This is how it shows up on my end. So you've got the reflection here, and you're like, yeah, I'm going to transform that shit into a beautiful little butterfly, and then it's going to go away. Boom, done. Okay? I don't need to feel this way on the inside. I don't need to feel so empty and hollow every time I try to go for anything that I want. I don't need to feel empty, hollow, shallow, unfulfilled when I'm on my journey. That's not what this life is for. Right? Alright. Final advice. Woo! So for those of you who haven't let that happen yet, don't. For those of you who have already found yourself in that repeating pattern, best get yourself out of it ASAP. Just saying. There's no saving it. You already know what happens. You already know what happens. You already know what happens. Okay. Are you listening yet? I said get out. Please and thank you. I need your light here, not anywhere else. Okay? You got a little bit of time, but you need to start getting your pentacles together. You start thinking about harvest season and how this is going to move you forward and out of this ASAP. Okay. All right. Get some advice or some... Let's do the spiritual awakening. Because, yeah, this right here is going to be of actual service to your spirit and your purpose here. The other way is going to be what society wants you to be, which is in slavery. To a narrative where obviously the other party, it could be male or female. I don't read sex here. It could be male or female. It doesn't matter who I'm talking to. But there's a group of friends that put you in your heart space that you absolutely love. I'm trying to think of like a boys. A boys version of the Golden Girls. Grumpy Old Men. Those are a great movie. I'm trying to think. I don't know. I don't want to go Big Bang either because they all ended up with partners too. But maybe that's it. I don't freaking know. The law of destiny. It is written in the stars. What you wholeheartedly desire is your destiny. Hoo-ha-ha. So, wholeheartedly. And you know where the luxury is not coming from. You know where the fulfillment is not coming from. There's no roots here. It's just coming out of a book. And she is not impressed. She's looking elsewhere for where her desires actually are. She's got a cup full. She's got a cup full that she is flushing out into the world. But she can't stop looking away from that butterfly, knowing that's her friend. That's what's fulfilling her. That's what's staying. It's staying. It's not leaving. It's flooding around her. Everything else is flying up and out. Do not love who you love. Love who loves you. You can love people from a distance in a safe manner. Do not love who you love. Love who loves you. Okay? If you gotta send this person peacefully, quietly in your own heart and mind, whatever, then send them that. But you get the F out of their physical environment. Okay? And then you can work on cutting those energetic cords. Love who actually loves you, respects you, holds you sacred. That whole entire narrative here, that whole narrative is a lie. It's all a lie. It's never going to change. Nothing's ever going to get better under any circumstances, for any reason. The Scarface guy daddy, God himself, could step in and tell him, say hello to my little friend if you don't, love her. And he's still going to fork it up, or she's still going to fork it up. Okay? It's not going to happen. Let that die. Let it die. Let it die. Okay? Things that we don't let die end up killing us physically, in the body. Even if he's not, or she, he, they, whatever it is, not going to physically do that, the dis-ease that it causes in your body will manifest into something that does kill you. That's another conversation for another day. Okay, so hold yourself sacred and find others who hold yourself sacred or hold you sacred and you feel comfortable holding sacred. Okay, do not hold people sacred when they cannot respect you or your being. If they disrespect you, hurt your feeling, cut you off, abuse you, they're not for you. That is the universe's way of expressing itself directly to you. This isn't for you. Stop touching it. Okay? That's what the universe is telling you. This is not for you. Stop touching it. And it's telling both of you that, but you're not listening. Okay? So you need to start honoring that and come into the joy of life. Okay? Okay. It is written in the stars, what you wholeheartedly desire is your destiny. What you truly desire is your destiny. Your greatest will is that which prevails within your life, is the sum of your consciousness and actions. At the core of you is the creator of your destiny and the physical realm. A unique divine design, the extent to which you have clarity of your desires and specifically inform universal law. It is the extent to which you will experience the destiny you consciously desire. By drawing this card, your soul is ready to let go of confusion and get clarity. The universe has been taking your order. However, you have been sending mixed messages. Your current experience is the sum total of your thoughts, so choose them carefully. You have a unique life designed with absolute precision for you. You must end looking to the world for guidance and begin to seek the truth within. Your divine wheel of fortune awaits. Take bold action to commit to your dreams today. Hire a coach, join that movement, and take the quantum leap. Ooh. Zoinks, there it is. That's it. So what's happening, since I got time, what's happening with this energy, don't beat yourself up too bad, okay? Other way. Other way! Okay, what's happening with this energy here, it is a trauma bond. And it is not, I don't know why psychology can't talk about this. This is why I do not trust those people whatsoever. Because literally okay. That little hot button aside, trauma is threat or perceived threat in the central nervous system, which activates the release of adrenaline and cortisol. So even though you are not being directly threatened, if you are living in the environment of somebody who has already threatened you in several different ways and several different occasions, even if it was just once, you've got that in the back of your head constantly now. You are in the same freaking house, unsafe, when that person is cohabitating with you. This is what's happening in your system constantly. Adrenaline, cortisol, adrenaline, cortisol, adrenaline, cortisol. Okay? When you don't die from said threat, serotonin, oxytocin, endorphins, and dopamine flood in, mixing with the first two, creating that addictive cocktail, which is why they never leave, why they go back. It's a chemical response. Religion uses it, politics uses it, media uses it, education uses it, medical uses it. Everything is trauma-based. Everything in society is trauma-based. If you don't get this, form filled out on this day, you're going to lose this privilege. If you don't remember your password, everything is trauma-based, okay? Everything is trauma-based. And so when you're inundated with that, this is no big gig. This isn't whatever. Oh, but. Okay, so I do. Okay, that's what's going on in our head. It's like, this is just life, but look it. I mean, really, look at what he's got it tattooed on his chest. Obviously, okay. Meanwhile, tap tap taparoo. Okay, so when we, I'm sorry, it goes like this. So there's something else here for you. Okay, rather than the thing that produces this outcome, right? Rather than the relationship, the idea, the pattern, the whatever that you're fulfilling with another person, rather than this, let's go with this, shall we? Let's go with this. Okay? Okay. And that, you know, when we're addicted to those chemical cocktails, it's difficult. It's real because it's not as exciting. Ooh, I need my chemical fix. Okay. Just go drink a shit ton of coffee until you get out of there. And then for every day after. Okay, so try shifting the addiction. And that, you know, that's why addicts and jailbirds are given religion. It shifts their chemical addiction. Okay, it shifts it over to something else. When they think that Scarface Sky Daddy is going to come at them and do horrible things to them because they disobeyed the rules in the book, that does the same thing to their chemical system. It releases the same thing. Just like politics. Oh, see what the other side is doing? They're bad. They're going to hurt us. They want us, blah, 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 blah. But it's both sides doing the same thing to each other, and they're both on the same side. So when you get those conflicting narratives, just be vigilant about what's actually happening in your system. This is all about you becoming your own sifter rather than relying on anybody else. And go watch my 2 previous videos on the fatigue syndromes. All right. Ooh, I Radiate Joy deck has a lot to say. I am unique, and it's my greatest strength. And oftentimes when we have authenticity just automatically running through our system, we do tend to get more attacked. We are the nails, that stick up, so we're easier to peg and hammer down, right? Because nobody wants somebody stepping out of line in this system. We're all entrained here to do the same thing, to keep the same narratives running, to keep the same system going. And when we have anybody who creates an authentic environment, okay, so just keep that in mind. And this movement is huge and growing. It's just you have to make sure that you are not uplifting narratives that are not in alignment with a new earth. Because a lot of the new things that are happening right now are just uplifting the old narratives and recycling them with different verbiage. So just be mindful of that. I've done quite a few videos on that. The spiritual toxicity that's going on in the spiritual community right now. Just be vigilant, okay? I am proud of myself and how far I've come. And I think you have a whole slew of people here that feel the same way. Okay? I have a big heart, and that is a wonderful thing. It is. Don't let somebody mash it to bits and pieces. Okay? Just because of their programming. Okay? And don't excuse that just because they have programming. Stop excusing your own harm. It doesn't do anybody any good. And all it teaches the other person is that it's perfectly acceptable, so they're going to continue to do it to the next person, rather than having you say, I do not tolerate this. Okay, do you see the difference there? By you saying, you're just enabling them to think that this is perfectly acceptable behavior because you are accepting the behavior. Okay? Let go of control and allow simplicity into your life. I am in the process of positive change. There it is. Woo! Okay. At the bottom, I send love to each part of my body without exception. Okay. So, just keep in mind that narrative is running in your background, because maybe you haven't encountered this yet. Maybe it isn't a thing, and you are not even paying attention to it, right? You're looking in a completely different direction. You got your eyes on the clouds, okay? And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But just remember that your lived experience matters. There's a lot of people out there right now trying to gaslight the crap out of the population by telling them their lived experience is irrelevant. Just be careful. And then there's the other side of that spectrum, which is when you can create convictions, which creates your reality. Okay, so refrain from creating convictions. Okay, so we don't need to be on one extreme or the other. Okay, we need to be somewhere in that gray area where we're allowing new things to come into our life, even though in the past we've been on one side or the other of the extreme, right? One side or the other of the narrative, whatever that is. Okay, it doesn't matter. When you're given two options, right, both sides are going to be wrong, because there's a massive, massive amount of gray area in the middle of there that everybody tells you to be afraid of, be ashamed of, be scared of, whatever else. Whatever suits the narrative. But stop being afraid of it. Go into it with courage and curiosity, okay? And the best way to do that, I'm going to say this till I'm getting safe in the body. Somatic, breath work that's soothing and calming to the central nervous system, because some of them are meant to get you into a state of excitement. Okay, you want something that's going to bring your central nervous system to a calm state. Okay, and this allows for so many things to pop up, not just more wise decisions, but there's a lot of, I'll just say there's a lot of potential there for New Earth to really emerge through those systems that naturally exist in us, that every aspect has been trying to stifle and keep down. Okay? Okay. Love you. Keep your flame.